The Power of Frequency. September 16, 2014. The importance of your frequency cannot be overstated. You are emitters of vibration. You are an essence that creates with its frequency. You have your hands, and your tools, and your computers, and your minds to create with, and those are all wonderful expressions and extensions of who you really are. But the effectiveness of the frequency that you emit is so much more than the use of any of your tools, that to give you a ratio or a percentage would just boggle your minds, because the difference is so immense. We want you to consider how long it would take for you to chisel through a 3-foot thick stone wall with your hands and your tools. And now we want you to consider the ease with which you could be on the other side of that wall if you were to offer a frequency that matched your being on the other side of that wall. Now to many of you this may sound like the harder way to be on the other side of that wall. For all of you can imagine how you would take a hammer and a chisel and work your way through that stone wall and get to the other side. That is easy for most of you to imagine yourselves having the capacity to accomplish. But it is far more difficult for you to wrap your heads around the moving of your vehicle from one side of the wall to the other using nothing but your intention and your frequency. So we are not going to ask you to attempt to do this seemingly impossible thing, because it would just frustrate you. Now imagine how difficult it would be to get to the other side of the 3-foot thick stone wall if you had no tools, not a single tool at your disposal, just yourself and the wall and your desire to be on the other side. Now which way seems easier? Kicking and punching and scratching your way through the wall, or deliberately offering a frequency that matches your physical body on the other side? We are not here to tell you that it is time to put down the tools that you have created to make your lives easier, but we are here to tell you that your power and frequency is what you are stepping into. And so we just want you to consider the possibility that you could be on the other side of that wall by matching the frequency of that desire and of that location. We encourage you to start with something much smaller, much easier for your minds to believe and to go from there. So, for instance, let us say there is a fly buzzing around in your house and you want it to be outside. You could crack a window or a door and find the frequency of the fly being outside, just to demonstrate to yourself that this is possible for you to do. And gradually, you will find that you can step yourself up to more complicated and more difficult seeming tasks than that. And by all means, have fun with this. Do not make this something that you use to grade yourself and your ability. Just play around, and for now, have some fun with the fly. Channeled by Daniel Screnton. DanielScrenton.com